Let's be honest. A lot of people think that they're in love when they are actually in lust. And the reason that that matters is because those two feelings can feel almost identical in the beginning. That butterfly feeling, it feels the same. The excitement feels the same. The obsession feels the same, but they lead to two very different outcomes. Now, in today's dating culture, everything moves fast, right? You meet somebody, there's chemistry, you texting all day, you're thinking about them constantly, and within a short period of time, people start saying, "Oh, I really like them. I think I'm falling for them." But a lot of times what's actually happening is just attraction. It's just curiosity, it's validation, excitement, right? And those things together can feel powerful enough to convince you that it's love. The reality, though, that most people miss is that what's really happening, and then there's what's happening underneath it. You know, on the surface, you feel connected, you feel drawn to them, you feel excited, but underneath, your body is reacting to the newness, the attention, chemistry. And that reaction can feel intense, but intensity is not the same as depth. Now, what lust actually feels like is urgency. It feels like, I want to see you right now. I want your attention. I want to be around you constantly. And so your thoughts are consumed with them. Your body feels activated. And a lot of your focus is on how they make you feel, how exciting they are, how strong the attraction is. And that's real, but it's not necessarily love. So love feels different. Love is slower, it's calmer. Love builds. It asks, do I trust you? Do I respect you? Can we actually do life together? Love becomes less about the moment and more about the person. Now, you've probably seen this before, right? Somebody meets a person and then there's that instant chemistry. They're talking every day, seeing each other constantly. Everything feels intense. And they say, this is different. I never felt like this before. But then a few months pass and that energy shifts. Now, for me, I've learned that if I feel butterflies for a person, I probably should run really fast and far away, because I think that that is one of the tricks. You think that, oh, I feel this feeling. Oh, it must be something. Yeah, it's something, all right. Right. And I always tell people, my friends, my clients, my female clients, you get into a new relationship situation, whatever, wait for the 3 month mark. And I'm not talking about waiting for the 3 month mark to be physically intimate. I'm talking about waiting the 3 months before you even decide what you want to do with this person, where y'all want to go. Because that's when you truly see the real person starts to emerge, who this person really is. That representative is now sitting to the back, right? And then you can really really see. And so after that few months, when that energy is shifting and that excitement fades, and then suddenly the connection doesn't feel as strong. Why? Because it was only built on intensity, not necessarily compatibility. So your mind might be excited, but your body usually knows the difference. Okay. Again, lust feels like urgency, activation, a pull. Love feels like safety, calm, stability. And a lot of people aren't used to calm. And that's the problem, right? So they mistake intensity for something meaningful. Now, a lot of people don't fall in love with the person, they fall in love with what they think the person is. In the beginning, you don't fully know someone. So your mind fills in the gaps. And then you imagine who they are, who they can be, what this whole thing could turn into. And now you're attached. And not just to them, but to the idea of them. And I say this, I've said this so many times to people that I've dated in the past once, things went someplace else. You were attracted to an idea of me. You don't really like and want the real me. Is what you think I represent that is attractive to you. Even, they'll argue me up and down, like, no, you're everything I want, da 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 da. But as we're talking, what I'm hearing, what they actually want is the complete opposite of me. And it's like, no, you have this idea that you've made up of me, that you felt filled in the gaps about me because you got real excited about the possibilities, right? And so um somebody might say, well, when you meet the right person, you just know. And sometimes that's true. But even when something feels right, love still has to be built, because love isn't just a feeling. It's an action word, right? We've heard that before. So that looks like consistency. That looks like presence. That looks like how somebody shows up over time. Consistency will always tell you more than chemistry ever will. So I want you to be honest with yourself on this and let me know in the comments. Have you ever mistaken lust for love? And when did you realize the difference? Because most people don't realize it in the beginning, right? But they realize it when things start to change or when things all fall apart. So let's go ahead and talk about that in the comments, and I'll see you guys for episode 2.